Hey everybody, it's your girl Sherry. Welcome back to another episode of Alleged Actually podcast. So today we are going to do our Bravo Day. We typically do Bravo on Mondays, but last week we went live on Tuesday. It did pretty good, so I figured let's go live today and let's chat about all things Real Housewives of Orange County. I don't know about you guys. I would consider this episode as what they would call a filler episode. Wasn't a whole lot going on. And I'm not just saying that because there wasn't a ton of drama. It just was really what it was, guys. It was a filler episode. So we're going to get into it. Wasn't a whole lot, so I'm not going to hold you for a very long time on this one. There were a couple notable things that we're going to discuss. And before we get into it, I want you guys to check out this cool intro. All right, guys. Well, before we get into Real Housewives of Orange County, it was season 18, episode 8. Once a traitor, always a traitor. There's that. There's a lot of that going on this season. But I would like to say, if you're new here, welcome. Over here at Alleged Actually, we do reality TV recaps, pop culture segments, and we also are doing some special interest, riveting interviews. We have quite a few now that are stacking up. So if you haven't gotten a chance, go watch the replays. We've got some good stuff for you. Also, we did a recap on Sunday for 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, the tell-all. Me and my co-host Bria had a great time. I know you guys haven't seen her in a while. She does talk to us a little bit about where she's been, but she's back. So she'll be joining me every Friday for our recaps, pop culture segments, and she'll hop on here and there as we are recapping other things. Wednesday, tomorrow will be 90 Day Fiance the other way with me and my guest co-host, Big Nine. So you'll want to come back for that tomorrow. So, guys, also, if you would, please go ahead and like, share, go ahead and give us your comments and feedback. And if you haven't yet, I don't know what you're waiting on, guys. I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are growing. We're at 4.5K subscribers, which is amazing. And now we're trying to reach our next goal of 5,000 subscribers. So if you haven't yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way, when I go live or we drop a video, you'll be the first to know. All right, guys, let's get into it. So, Real Housewives of Orange County. Again, like I said, not a ton going on last Thursday. It is what we consider a filler episode. But we'll talk about Shannon. She is getting ready to purchase another vehicle. And I don't know about you guys. I was like, well, she's out buying a vehicle. Why? And I'm thinking she's buying the vehicle because she has to have the breathalyzer in the car. But I didn't think, or it didn't occur to me that she totaled her car naturally when she ran it into the side of that house. So she's finally ready now to get a car. Her license was suspended for a time, and now she is legally able to drive with the exception that she have this breathalyzer put in her car. So she goes and I think she had a BMW before, so she's looking for something in the same family. She does her little awkward poses up there against this BMW SUV, probably like an X3, X5, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, Shannon's being Shannon, being her quirky self. And she does go get the breathalyzer installed in the vehicle. She goes and the guy gives her a little tutorial. Apparently, it's not as easy as it looks. There's a hum thing you have to do, and she realizes if she doesn't get it right, she can get a violation. That's a whole other set of issues. So that DUI, the consequences of it is still following Shannon. But you know what, guys? I really think that she's very brave to let us in on her journey. I know I go back and forth with it a little bit because there are people that say that Shannon is not being responsible because she continues to drink, or that, she hasn't taken full accountability. But you have to think that this woman is allowing us to watch her as she's navigating from that humiliation of getting that DUI as a public figure. She's allowing us to sit in with, her going and trying to find the vehicle, the breathalyzer, the time she's sitting with the attorney. She also admits that her business, if you guys remember, she was doing a lot of healthy drinks and food. Her business was doing quite well at one point. She did a lot of stuff with HSN. Not doing well now. I mean, it's kind of hard to push a healthy lifestyle brand when, you're facing the scrutiny of a very unhealthy choice, such as, the drinking. But let's be clear, and let's get this out of the way. Not in any way am I making light of her DUI, because I am not. But I think that, the Tamras and those that are, shunning her like they do, particularly her cast that have, which really and truly that's been Tamra, because Emily and Gina, who's also had a DUI in the past, have been very, very supportive of her. Sometimes it's one wrong decision to get behind that wheel. Very, very wrong decision, by the way. So I don't condone. So please don't think that's the case. But she's been very transparent. And then can you imagine? I mean, every time, because she has not decided to become abstinent from drinking. And so every time that she asks for a Belvedere and soda, you can see the camera pan to her. You can see the looks that she gets. It's a lot, and I have to give Shannon credit. I follow her on Instagram. She has been living her life and holding her head up high. And honestly, I say good on you, Shannon. I mean, the fact that you're sharing your story, that there may be some others out there that have found themselves in the same legal trouble, that you can get past it, that life does not stop there, that you take your licks and you keep on getting up and getting out there. So there's that. We also get to see Katie in this episode. She has offered to apologize to Heather, as she should. She sent Heather a text, and she has received crickets in return. And we'll talk about crickets in a minute. Heather has not responded. She is doing yoga with Jen and the dog Sparkles. And she confides in Jen that, she has tried to make amends with Heather, but Heather has not responded. She's going to have to give Heather her time. Heather's a tough girl. Once you cross her, But one thing I will say about Katie, and I don't know how you guys feel, and you guys can let me know in the comments, she doesn't seem overly bothered by it. I think she, wants to make nice for the sake of being in the friend group, but she doesn't seem to really be all that bothered by the fact that she's not besties with Heather and that Heather doesn't seem to really want to be. You can have your opinions about that, but to me that shows she has more of not backbone, I guess, but yeah, I'll say backbone, than some of the others that really kind of follow behind her that way. So you got to give Katie her props there. We get a chance to find out a little bit more about her first marriage. She confides in Jen that she also went through a very messy divorce. She had married her first husband at the age of 21 with a lot of reservation. Her family kind of because even as of, as late as the wedding day, she was having second thoughts, and they were just kind of like, grin and bear it and do it. And with that, she did have a very rough time getting away. She left. As a result of that, she went through a pretty tough time, pretty tough divorce. And we get a chance to get some more insight to her daughter, Kaylee, and the fact that she's going to do a name change. Her current husband has agreed to adopt her. That's already been done, but she's going to change her last name. And, she can't even call him dad, but she calls him Padre, which is very sweet. And, this gives us a chance to get more insight into Katie and her family. Again, y'all, like I said, not a ton going on here. We also go over to Emily. Now, this was my favorite part because, I was telling you guys last week, I hated this because I liked Emily, but Emily was starting to really, really, really get on my nerves, being the extra mean girl, trying to hone in on the Tamra vibes. And, I just felt like she was just forcing it. It didn't seem natural. It seemed like it was coming from a place that, I want to be seen. It didn't even come natural for Emily. It honestly didn't. But we find out Emily and Shane are doing their spray tan, and Emily gets a chance to confront Shane again about the health issues, her concerns for his health, because she believes that he may have had a mild heart attack or he has some issues with his heart that he's definitely not taken seriously. Shane has a pretty rough diet. He's not really taking care of himself, and she's mentioned it in a previous episode and then again in this episode, where she really wants him to take, life more, take his health more serious. As you know, Emily's lost 40 pounds. She has now really started to embrace her health by working out a lot, and she just wants Shane to be a little healthier. But in that, when they're doing the spray tan, which was kind of funny, Shane was worried about his neighbors and the HOA, citing them for indecent exposure. I mean, Emily was out there for the world to see, honey, with her pasties on. I mean, sis is feeling herself now. I don't blame her. Like I said, she looks good. She lost her 40 pounds and she's working out, looking good. But she does talk to Shane about how Gina had confronted her about being a mean girl. And you can tell it bothers her because her and Gina are actually really friends. And she really starts to, I guess, reflect on what is it about Jen that triggers her so much. And we come to realize that she's so mean to Jen because Jen reminds her of her mother. And we've heard Emily before talk about how her mom was irresponsible. Her mother wasn't a very present mom. Her mother was full of excuses. She made the comment that her mother didn't finish college and it was everyone else's fault. And she said, I guess, when she looks at Jen, where Jen just is kind of floating through things. And, it triggers her that she's not taking her life more serious. The fact that Jen has 5 kids that she's responsible for. And she's just kind of like, not taking care of her business, relying on Ryan to help her instead of doing something, pulling herself up and doing something to take care of herself and her children. It's triggering because Emily feels like that's how her mother did her and her sister. It makes sense, y'all. It makes sense. And for me, I love a good reflective moment. I love a moment when a person gets a chance to say, hey, I was wrong. Why was I acting like this? This is what it was. And she does come to Jen in the episode later at the Traitors party, and she does apologize to Jen. And she shares with Jen what it was about her that triggered her. And Jen, in return, lets her know that, I've never really taken care of myself. My parents have taken care of me. I went straight from them to my first husband and then now to Ryan. And, she acknowledges that she's got some work to do on herself as a woman. But she, it's a really good moment that now you see the true Emily, her softer side, the fact that she doesn't want to be known as a mean girl, as someone that's tearing someone down. And even she acknowledges when she yelled at her at that dinner that was out of character for her as well. So kudos to Emily for that. I mean, I'm all about somebody owning their stuff. She apologized, and looks like maybe moving forward, at least she'll be more conscious of the way she treats Jen. And now I think Jen understands her a little more, because it seemed to kind of come to Jen out of left field. She just did not know why Emily has such an issue with her. And now we know why, guys. And so that was a really good moment. So we also then from there get ready for the Traitor party. Now, let me just say, honey, we could have done without that Traitor party, not because I love Traitors. Can I just say that? Love Traitors. I love Phaedra-owned Traitors. I am a Traitors fan. They kind of like the two worlds should not collide, only other than when the Housewives are contestants on the show. Y'all, the Traitors the party was boring. Tamara has everybody come dressed in their Irish attire, and that I love, honey. Them kilts were giving. Those girls were looking good in their Irish attire. Yes, ma'ams. But the party itself, it just didn't land. It was too much of the show. She brought out Teddy. Teddy was the host, or was the one that was leading the game. Murder mystery. Spoiler alert. Heather was the traitor. I did think, it was funny how they didn't kill off the right person. It was supposed to be Vicky. They said it was Shannon. I mean, it was crazy, but they played it off very well. Could have done without the traitor game. Certainly could have done without how long it was and how much of the show it took up. The only other thing I will say, and believe it or not, because my episodes are usually 45 minutes to an hour. I just don't have a lot to give on this episode, guys, but I did want to hop on and talk to y'all about it. But the fact that the ladies still are trying to push Shannon to give Alexis a chance, which I think is ridiculous. And Shannon has made it crystal clear she wants nothing to do with Alexis. And honey, that's her God-given right. It's her right. She does not have to. They cannot force Alexis down her throat, no matter how much Alexis tries her best to force her way into this friend group and onto this show. Okay. One other thing. Finally, Katie and Heather get a chance to talk. Heather pulls her aside at the Traitors party, and she says, for the sake of inclusivity, I would like to invite you to my event. As you know, Heather's children, she has children that are trans, that are in the LGBTQA community, and which I love. Heather and the way her and her children, their relationship, their family, I love it. I love the dynamics. I love that she stands for them that way and the way their family works. So she's going to have an event highlighting that, and she has invited Katie. And, Katie tries to apologize again. She basically cuts her off because she's like, it's really no need for that, Doesn't even seem like Heather's really interested in a relationship with Katie. She's just trying to be nice. And you can't blame Heather because Katie came in kind of hot. Like I said, I do like Katie for the sense that I don't think she's a one and done. I sincerely think that she will be back for another season. She's developing her family. We're getting her storyline. Some say, well, she doesn't have one other than her coming for Heather and the silly little paparazzi thing. I disagree. I think given another season, we can probably, there's a little bit more life left in Katie. I think that she just came in kind of crazy. I think that was some of Gina's fault. But so guys, look, I really don't have a whole lot more to say. I do want to know what you guys thought of the episode. So just pop off in the comments and let me know what you're thinking, what you think about the episode. Are you enjoying this season? I will say that I am very much enjoying the season. I wish Alexis would go away, but I'm going to say that she's brought, what can we say that she's brought? She's helped bring in the drama since she's Johnny J's mouthpiece. There's going to be a lot more to follow with the video and, what they have as far as, holding that over Shannon's head, the lawsuit, where I'm glad Shannon's taking the stance that she's not paying him a dime. Kudos to you, Shannon. Like I said, I am here for this Shannon. I am here for her. She is holding her own this season, y'all. So far, I'm going to say we're at episode 8. It's a good season. Shaping up to be a good one. I'm going to keep tuning in. And I'm going to keep coming back over here and giving you guys these good recaps. So just let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments. And really, guys, I would just ask that you come back on tomorrow. Me and Big Nige recap 90 Day Fiancé the other way. And then come back on Friday where me and Bria will be talking pop culture. We'll have some good things for you as well. So thank you, as always, for tuning in and hanging out with me over here at Alleged Ashley Podcast. You guys have an amazing night. See you tomorrow. Bye.